it's Derryn here from Art by Derryn, and that's my other channel. Okay, start again. Hello. I'm looking at me instead of looking at you. Okay, hello. I'm lucky. Welcome to my channel. My name's Derryn, and like you, I'm living with chronic pain. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is living in isolation. We're all on lockdown quarantine with the virus that's going around at the moment, and just wanted to sort of bring it to people's awareness that, you know, people living with chronic pain, chronic diseases, this is their normal, and you know, they're isolated. I should say, we are isolated. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and so I'm on immunosuppressants, and I basically have to avoid large groups of people, mixing too much with people that have lots of kids, things like that. I just wanted really to sort of bring it to everyone's awareness that this is how we live day to day. We're at home, oftentimes in bed because we're in pain or we're not well. You know, side effects of immune suppression to treatment is you have a lot of respiratory illness. You know, I've just got over a case of bronchitis. No, it wasn't COVID. I didn't have any temperatures, so just coughing my guts up, feeling really sick, but I self-isolated anyway. But I was isolating. I mean, as I said, my life has not changed one bit. I go to the doctors, I come home, I work at home. My life's the same as it was before. The only thing now is when I go out is I wear gloves and a mask. But you know, I always had hand sanitizer in my bag because, you know, you had to protect my immune state. So just really give a thought out for people living with chronic pain and chronic disease as well, that this is their normal. Having lived in isolation for a long time is, well, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty happy, and I haven't gone nuts. Well, I was a little mentally unhealthy at the beginning, but I think I've got some ways that can help you during this time. So things like, you know, your sleep is really, really important. It's important that, you know, you go to bed at the same time, you still get up at the same time every day so that your circadian rhythms don't get out of whack. There's a tendency to sort of stay up all night watching TV, sleeping in during the day, and then, you know, your sleep gets out of whack, and that's one of the worst things for your body, is to not, not just burped, have indigestion too, is to not have you know, good sleep. So good sleep and routine, and keeping the mind occupied as well. So things like getting up, having a shower every day, getting dressed, having, you know, breakfast and lunch and dinner if that's how you eat. I know some people sort of avoid lunch, but don't avoid breakfast. Best meal of the day, most important meal of the day actually, after you've been asleep for so long, and to get the, you know, get all that nutrition into your body. And things like, well, when your mind is really racing, I mean, there's a few techniques that you can do. There's things like, oh, there's meditation for one. Hello, my puppy wants to come up. You want to come up here? Come on. Oh, up she comes. Here she is. Say hello to everyone, Tata. Say hello, look what's over there. Say, she's just got a haircut. She's totally bald. Here you go. You sit down. So yeah, what was I saying? You distracted me as usual, just like kids, isn't it? Kids and dogs distract you. I found when you're going to sit there and chew that now, make that noise. That's what's happening down. Oh dear. Start again. What I found helped me the most when my mind was racing and I was having negative thoughts, things like that, is if you can't talk to a friend or talk to a health professional, I found reading really helps. It's very hard to hold a negative thought in your mind and read, because reading opens up the imagination, and, you know, often for me anyway, it transports me to another place. And I'll admit to it, I read historical romance novels. Yes, I know, but they are positive. I skip through the sex parts because really I'm not interested in a woman's description of his throbbing member. But, I just glance over those pages. But they're full of hope. And that's why I read them as well, because they're not stressful. The other thing as well is to do meditation. So simple breath meditation. There are so many apps available on the web now that you can use. And the App Store and all that sort of stuff that you can download for free. If you've never meditated before, people find, I used to teach meditation at one point in my life, and people find that I used to teach it to children and they were fantastic, they loved it. The mind races, and there's a Buddhist expression for it, it's called crazy mind. And they often describe it like it's a monkey, monkey mind. It's all over the place. So when you start meditating, if that happens to you, don't worry about it. Just bring the mind back to what you were focusing on. A lot of the apps have people that will talk you through a meditation. I can teach you just a really simple one now, which is focusing on the breath. So closing your eyes, letting go of all the stress in your body, and just breathing in, expanding the stomach, and breathing out, pulling the stomach in, breathing in, expand the stomach, breathing through the nostrils right down into the bottom of your lungs, breathing out, letting go of any stress. Now you can just keep that up for like 20 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, anything like that, and that will help you to relax. You'll find it releases all sorts of endorphins in your mind and can help you relax. As I said, lots of apps available, and on my website at by derryn.com.au I've got a creativity meditation there, and that walks you through a very similar situation to what I just explained there, with some creative visualization as well. Sort of sending your energy out, healing the world and bringing it back again. So there's that there for you to use as well. If you've lost your job, there's a chance to retrain now. Often these sort of life crises will sort of focus you in a new direction. You may take up a hobby that you've wanted to but never had time to take up before. Take up painting. Free classes on my other YouTube channel. It's Artstart Mixed Media Art, and there's free classes there for you to enjoy as well. I found art it really saved my life. After my accident I suffered with PTSD, and I did a lot of cognitive behavioural therapy. Hypnotherapy actually helped me the most, but also art therapy, like getting into the studio. When you're painting a picture, it allows you again to go into another realm, another space. When you're using your creativity, it uses a different part of your brain from the part of the brain that worries. So you'll often lose yourself in your work, and hours will go past. Well, not for me. I have people with chronic pain. You need to set time limits for how long you spend in the studio, because I'll play a CD which is about 40 minutes, which is sort of my maximum, before I start causing knock-on pain events. But any hobby that you can do at home, there's so many things. You might want to do some renovation, if that's available to you to be able to do. I renovated my bathroom. It took me 6 weeks. All I did was paint the bath and paint the basin and all the tiles and everything. It took me 6 weeks to do it though, just doing a little bit every day. And that's the thing, is if you just start something and just do a little bit of it every day, before you know it, it'll be done. So there's the routine, there's keeping you sleep, eating healthy food. Me personally, I've just gone on a whole food plant-based diet the last couple of months, just couldn't eat meat anymore. And I mean, you know, I thought I was living a healthy lifestyle. I was a natural therapist in my 30s, and so I've, you know, had a lot of knowledge of nutrition and everything, and I thought, oh yes, my meat and my 5 veggies, but you know, as I said, I've got rheumatoid arthritis and Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so you know, something wasn't working right there anyway. So that's been an interesting journey. There's lots of free whole food, plant-based diet recipes on YouTube, and that's really helped me. And yeah, it's just learning different flavours and different ways of doing things, but it's really easy and really fun actually to learn. So I've just been learning those for the last few months, but I will in some videos coming up, I'll show you some of my meals that I make, because you know, as you know, living with chronic pain or chronic disease, you don't have a lot of energy to cook. I've got meals that I can make in 5, 10, 15 minutes, and they're still healthy and nutritious, so I'll show you those as well in the upcoming videos. So look, rest, you know, showering, personal hygiene. We're all, of course, washing our hands like crazy at the moment, but you know, getting up, having a shower, getting dressed, you know, like you would as if you're going to work, those sorts of things keeps the mind active. We've done the meditation for relaxation. We've talked about eating healthily as well, trying to occupy the mind through a new hobby or by reading, or, you know, even vegging out in front of Netflix. But I just, you know, if you're going to veg out in front of the TV, don't watch high adrenaline movies at night, because they'll keep you awake and they'll disturb your sleep patterns. So try and watch those things during the day. If you're going to watch those, watch something a little bit more peaceful at night. Don't watch the news at night, for goodness sake. With this virus, I've just been limiting myself to sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes of watching that sort of stuff and finding out, you know, what I need to, and then just turning it off, because it'll, you know, it'll drive you nuts if you keep watching it day in and day out. Other things, a dog is always really good, except when they make noise when you're videoing. But an animal can, you know, go rescue an animal, and they're great for keeping one sane, and when you're not feeling great as well. And they're good fun, make you laugh as well. So we've talked about the body, we've talked about the mind, and well, we've talked about the spirit really as well. I mean, if you follow a religion, you know, you can take this time for prayer and reflection. If not, you can meditate. That's you know, meditation is in as a relaxation for the mind. It's not a particular religion. You can take time for doing that now, or you can take time to learn new hobbies. And I just hope that through this time, you know, you'll give a thought to people living with chronic pain and chronic diseases, that this is how they live their life every day, and you'll only be doing it for a few months. So, you know, share some love, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you. So I'll see you next time as we continue living with chronic pain. Bye for now.